What's up, everybody? If you exist on YouTube or Twitter or anywhere, you might have noticed that a bunch, or about, as of now, 4 to be exact, big-name YouTubers are talking about how a lot of their videos are suddenly being unmonetized and saying they are not advertiser-friendly. And then a few others have said that this was out of nowhere, that this is, like, impossible or, like, to prepare for. And there's been a lot of hubbub about it. And I'd just like to bring in my point of view because I've been lucky enough to take a peek behind the curtain on occasion and meet some neat people that told me some neat things about the inner workings of YouTube, like that actually work for YouTube. And the first thing I really want to majorly address is anyone who said that this came out of nowhere, that this was completely unpredictable, that they suddenly did that, is bold-faced lying to you. That is not the case. In fact, I can look up on my calendar, like when I took, there was a special course by YouTube for YouTubers called the Build Your Channel Workshop. It's in a similar vein to like the things you can go to on YouTube's website to learn the basics of YouTubing, video production, etc. Except the faces in the YouTube videos are actually there in person, and they will talk candidly to you. They will answer any question you might possibly have. And there was an entire segment on making your videos advertiser friendly. And one of the first major things they said was, do not swear excessively, do not bring up too nasty of a topic, or else you will be considered unfavorable to advertisers. And when I took this class, it was back in September of 15. And I know for a fact that this class had been going on for a few months before. So some of these big name channels, if they had bothered to look, because this is available online, a lot of these channels are based in LA, where they have very easy access to YouTube's space, as they call it. And this is not below anyone, because when I went to this class, my classmates were a Twitch streamer that had 150,000 subs on his YouTube channel that he just kept as a back burner thing. And another notable person was the media manager for BuzzFeed, like their videos. So this wasn't below anyone. In fact, it was a good refresher course to get you acquainted with the basics. It's just like how a lot of people in major fields will have to go to a seminar every few years to make sure that they don't lose track of the basics, you know? Like, we've all done that in a working environment where even though we're doing things every day, like it's the back of our own hand, we know it so well, we still have to go in once every few years and make sure that we're getting reacquainted with like how it's actually supposed to be done so we don't lose sight of the rules. And I have this plaque sitting on my desk right now that affirms to me, yes, this was a very real thing that you were told about. And I do admit, like, the class I did not take seriously at first because there was a moment where the lady who claimed to be some sort of advertising guru for YouTube went to pull up a video in her slideshow about what an advertiser-friendly video looks like. And it turned out that Universal Pictures had put a copyright claim on it, which brought a very hushed laughter from the group. But I'm getting sidetracked here. While a lot of people are saying, like, hey, how do I talk about controversial subjects? Hey, this is totally unfair. How do we talk about things? If you look at a few of these videos, a lot of them have very controversial clickbaity titles. And not to be a passive-aggressive little I need to stop swearing less, but a few of these people are actually very well known for the fact that they constantly have breasts and suggestive images in their thumbnails to the point of where YouTube proper contacted them and said, hey, you're either going to stop this or we're deleting you. Or something along that line, but you get the idea. So not everyone is totally innocent in this, and this is something that we have known as YouTubers has been coming for literally a year. And I've always tried to keep it at least like a PG-13 sort of rating on my channel. I'll occasionally drop an F-bomb and swear a bit, but more often than not, I will try to bleep out any excessive swearing. I'll try to keep everything tongue-in-cheek because you have to look at it like, even if they don't just blankly say, no, you're not good for advertisers, you still got to realize, I got to peacock myself, as the saying in 2008 went, I got to make myself look attractive to people. It's just like any other real world thing. If you're constantly talking about very clickbaity subjects and you're constantly putting boobies in your thumbnail and stuff, whether or not it's justified if you've put it as an actual part of the video, people might not look at that right. Like, admittedly, even places like 4chan and various pornography websites do have their own people that advertise. But then we also have to remember on the flip side of that flip side that just because there are people that are willing to buy ads on it doesn't mean that YouTube wants to support those kind of ads that would want to buy space on those sort of videos. And another thing which is mentioned that a lot of people are saying the saving grace, their Patreons, their like products, etc. That is another thing they covered in this video is even YouTube themselves in the basic class, the first day, they say, if you want to be a professional YouTuber, do not rely on AdSense ever. It is constantly getting lower and lower as the market gets more and more saturated for content creation. And we don't know if suddenly someone's going to impose another Google v. Viacom verdict on us and we're going to have to shut things down even further. They even I only set it up because it was part of the class to set up my YouTube tip jar. I have never openly mentioned it before. In fact, I have it when you look on my channel, it says, please do not, because up until very recently, I was very uncomfortable with what I felt was just overtly panhandling to my audience. And for a while, I put it up on Twitch hey, let's see if I can get money on this. But I've also rethought that because I've got a better job now and I can afford my living. When I did that, I was desperate and looking for money in any means I could. But again, getting sidetracked. It's a bad situation, but we all saw this coming. Anyone who thought that, oh yeah, we're trying to make money off advertisements, but we're saying a lot of crude things and putting a lot of crude imagery in our stuff that people may not want to be associated with. How can you say you did not see this coming? There's only so much, I respect a lot of these people, particularly, I'm just gonna say the name now, even because I don't think it's gonna really come back to haunt me, but Philip DeFranco, he even helped out a close friend and fellow YouTuber when a friend of mine had his Samsung Galaxy S4 literally blow up and Samsung's lawyers try to track him down for making a video. Mr. DeFranco gave him a significant signal boost and really helped my friend get out of a bind. And I respect a lot of these people, but I can't really say or agree with the fact that no one saw this coming when I've got this plaque sitting on my desk telling me you were in a class a year ago that told you this was coming, you better be prepared. And I feel like I'm getting redundant and repeating myself now. So I'm just going to sum this up. Holy moly, this has been over 8 minutes now. That some people are getting, I guess, sanctions on their channel that they had adequate warning about and adequate opportunity to prepare for, and the sky is not falling. Everyone's gonna be okay. It seems that all these people, they are either very secure in their alternative funding, at least I hope, or it's a thing like me where even though I had 0 videos unmonetized, at least so far, I don't know if they're going to go in to the smaller channels like myself, it's fine. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, even YouTube themselves says advertisement is not reliable, and it's their prerogative if they want to say, no, we are not going to condone your videos by disallowing advertising on them. We feel that you are too controversial, too baity. Call it what you want, but at the end of the day, again, it is their rights. So I'm going to try and get back to at least publishing my podcast again and finishing the doodle videos. And I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you later.